Daniel, thanks for your time this morning, evening your time. So do you expect this full vote to pass?
Yes, I do expect this full vote to pass. This is the first time in about 2 years that the people of Israel and also the people of Gaza who are uninvolved in this war have a little bit of hope that this war that Hamas started 2 years ago will finally come to an end with the release of all the hostages and the disarmament of Hamas, and ensuring that the Gaza Strip will never pose a threat to the people of Israel again.
And the expectation after that vote is that the ceasefire would begin within 24 hours after that. Is that your understanding?
Yes, it's my understanding that the ceasefire could begin even sooner, and then Hamas is required to release all of the hostages, and then we can move on to phase 2, which is we have a more detailed discussion about the total disarmament of Hamas and the rebuilding of Gaza with a government that chooses to live in peace with Israel rather than declare endless war.
So will Israel stop its bombing?
Yes. Israel will stop its bombing because Hamas has agreed to release all of the hostages. That is the deal. There should be not any more need for any more war or any more shooting or any more bombing. Hamas has committed to release all of the hostages, and Israel has committed to a ceasefire. What remains to be seen is how serious Hamas is about committing to disarm, to give up its weapons and allow a better government to come into existence in Gaza that will choose to live in peace with its neighbors. If Hamas decides to stall on its disarmament, then Israel will not complete a full withdrawal from Gaza, and we could see renewed war if Hamas chooses to keep fighting.
So that means that line, that withdrawal line that you mentioned there, that partial withdrawal, that won't hold?
It remains to be seen. If Hamas is going to disarm, then the Israeli ceasefire will not only hold, it will remain permanent. We don't want any reason for war. We want Hamas to release all of the hostages and disarm, as the Trump 20-point peace plan calls for. This is the peace plan that Israel has agreed to, that Trump says Hamas has agreed to, and that many regional stakeholders have also committed themselves to, including Qatar, Turkey, Jordan, Egypt, and so on. So this is the plan that Hamas needs to release all the hostages and disarm, and Israel will cease fire if this is what happens.
Do you have any doubts that Hamas will want to play a role in Gaza's future?
Yes, I'm certainly nervous about what Hamas imagines for itself in the future. Hamas has not changed its political platform. It has not changed its ideology. I remind your viewers that Hamas is an Arabic acronym for Islamic Resistance Movement. The purpose of Hamas, in Hamas's own words, is the destruction of Israel and its replacement with an Islamic state. Hamas remains committed to this, and given that Hamas remains committed to this, Israel must remain vigilant against any Hamas attempts to violate the Trump peace plan.
Well, how likely is it, I mean, as Donald Trump said, the tunnels would need to be destroyed. I mean, how likely is that? I mean, those things have been there for a long time, and they're very robust, very sturdy, and would Hamas want to do that?
It's a question for Hamas. Of course, the tunnels by themselves are not what harms us. It is the Hamas fighters who occupy these tunnels and use them to move place to place within Gaza. And if Hamas is committed to the 20-point peace plan, which everyone says it is, then Hamas will step out of the way as these tunnels are decommissioned and a new government takes power in Gaza that is committed to living in peace.
How long do you think it would take for Gaza to rebuild?
It could take quite a while. This has been a very terrible war. It's lasted 2 years. And Hamas chose to fight this war from densely populated urban areas. It planted roadside bombs. As you mentioned, it had a vast network of tunnels that connects its various positions from one residential building to another. It had snipers in the windows, men who go around with RPGs. And as a result, Israel had to fight very methodically in these densely populated areas, and that's why there's a lot of destruction in Gaza, and a lot of people in Gaza are homeless as a result. If we have quiet in Gaza and a commitment that this is the last war, and we're done with all of these wars, and we'd like to live in peace together, I am confident that many nations will contribute to the rebuilding of Gaza, but it needs to happen with a government that's committed to peace, because Gaza cannot be rebuilt if it has a government like Hamas, which is committed to Israel's destruction. Any type of reconstruction that takes place while Gaza has a government that's committed to war is just setting the timer for another war to begin in the future, and I definitely don't want that.
We'll leave it there, Daniel. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.